Earth, our home. What can we do to leave this planet a better place for our children and their children? Processing oil and gas products and bringing them to market requires an enormous amount of heat and energy. That energy produces greenhouse gases, and as we know, greenhouse gases are bad for our environment.
Gas that we produce, we will burn roughly 3 to 6% of it, compressing it from low pressure to high pressure in order to sell it.
Compressing our gas and sending it to market produces a large amount of wasted energy that gets exhausted from the stacks of our generators. That energy is in the form of carbon dioxide, also known as CO2.
Industry-wide, we're looking at burning that 3 to 6% of gas. That's actually responsible for roughly 30% of Canada's greenhouse gas emissions from the compression and processing.
Without doing something, we're just going to keep running this planet into the ground. And one common thing that we hear probably far too much of is, are we going to leave this planet better for our children's children? And we're all putting lip service to that and doing very little to actually accomplish that.
At Trident, we're looking for ways of taking the heat and carbon dioxide emitted from our facilities and using it for something good. Our idea is to grow plants in greenhouses or buildings adjacent to our generators that use our CO2 and heat emissions. These plants will produce beneficial products such as oxygen, clean-burning biodiesel fuel, and other marketable products.
One of the things that we get from doing it in this manner and using our CO2 in this manner is that we get a profit center that's over and above what the normal cost would be of sequestering our CO2. If we were just to pump it into the ground, it's simply an expenditure with no return on our money.
There are 3 key environmental benefits to this program: CO2 reduction, heat recovery, and biofuel production. The process itself is relatively simple. We'll take the raw gases that are coming off the exhaust of our gas plants and pump them directly into an enclosed space, such as a greenhouse or something similar. Through the process of photosynthesis and by adding water and nutrients, we'll be able to grow plants that absorb carbon dioxide and produce oxygen. Our initial idea is to grow algae, because algae is the most oxygen-producing plant on the planet.
Another benefit of the algae is what we do after the fact with it. You can turn it into other clean-burning fuels. You can turn it into animal feed. There's a lot of things that you can do with that algae product at the end of the day.
It's not just limited to the oil and gas industries. I mean, it's any emitter of CO2 could be of benefit to the algae growth system. And also you're putting another fuel to the market, as in biodiesel.
And we also become the leaders in the industry, which is the biggest benefit to the company.
My biggest challenge on this project is coming up with an end result that works, is taking all this technology and processes and link them together. I've got to help the team and come up with a feasible solution from a mechanical engineering point of view.
Which requires more. Initially, we will build a prototype on a smaller scale, look at the economy of the scale, look at the returns that we can get with the prototype, and then if we're comfortable that that serves our needs, then we will roll it out on a full-scale basis.
Trident revolutionized the industry once before by creating gas plants that are extremely quiet. In fact, they're so quiet, you can't even tell they're running, even if you're standing right beside them.
And that's put us in a position where we're ahead of that curve. And we will not be in a reactive state. We're going to be in a proactive state. And that's exactly the same philosophy that we're trying to follow with this project.
I think there's probably a lot of people that are going to see this as a paradox. That, you know, it's an oil and gas company taking a leadership role in the environmental concerns. Trident has always done that, and we will continue to work towards those goals as being the most energy efficient and environmentally friendly company in the business.
So it's a win-win situation for the company and the environment. And that's what makes it exciting for me.
And I am very optimistic that we'll find a solution to this. In fact, I know we will.